I'm Renee Lindo, a personal stylist, and welcome to Your Style Matters with Renee. So, this is the first one for 2023. So, if you are joining live or replay, great to have you. Please let me know in the comments if you are watching the replay or if you're here with me live. And as always, I like to have these sessions be very interactive, ask your questions, and I'll try to answer as I go through. Yes, and so anything you want to ask, anything you want to add, any comments, just it's light, it's fun. And today we are kicking off the new year, 2023, and the topic I chose today is to talk about what are we bringing with us into 2023, and it's the style edition, because everywhere you look there's goals, there's everything people are going to change and do differently, and a whole revamp is happening. And I thought I would talk about kind of this, not a revamp necessarily, but just talk about some things to bring into 2023 with us. So I am live on LinkedIn, I'm live on YouTube, and live on Facebook. So tell me where you are tuning in from. I'd love to know where everyone is, where you're getting me, and what part of the world you are viewing from as well. And as I said, I will check the chat from time to time, see who is here, put your comments up, and try to answer your questions. So let's get into it. So what are we bringing into 2023? And honestly, it's about, when I talk about style and talk about style with my clients and just even on my socials, it's really about style and confidence, right? I want to help clients, help you to uh, use your style as the tool that it is to increase opportunities, to open doors for you, to give you that confidence that you need, right, in life. I think I cut myself off in introduction, but I like to say I am a personal stylist, and I guide women on their style journey from confused and overwhelmed to confident. And we do this by creating polished outfits with functional wardrobes that really align with your personal brand, so that you can put your hand up for more, so that you can negotiate better for yourself, so you can ask for more money and bigger opportunities. And your style really is a tool. It is that tool that when you tap into it, it really expands what you're available for. I say that all the time. When you know how to use your style, wear clothing that works with your assets, wear clothing that really allows you to say who you are, because really your style is a big communication tool, right? It's how we say who we are before we even open our mouth. So when we understand how to align our style and how we show up with the person we are on the inside, you become magnetic, right? People see that, people are attracted to that, and your energy shifts. So, hello everyone. Who do we have here? We have Jillian from Cayman Islands. Nice. Good to have you, Jillian. And we have Wayne in Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. Good to have you, Wayne. And who else? Where else do we have? Who else do we have coming in? And we have Nikki. Am I saying that right? Nikki Walls. Is that Chino, California? I'm so sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. Well, good to have you, and everyone else who's coming in, good to have you. And as I said, I like to have my sessions to be interactive. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Any comments to what I'm saying, please, let's have a conversation here. This is 1 o'clock on Eastern on a Friday. So let's make it light and let's learn something. So as I said, the topic today is what are we bringing into 2023? And I say that because, sometimes we have baggage and things that we really don't need to continue to do when we want to start afresh and start on a new leaf and start on a new and fresh style footing. So the first thing I'm going to say that we're going to bring into 2023 is to shop intentionally. And that's a big point, right? So many times we go to the mall or we're online, probably online, many of us are doing online now, and we see things that we like and we buy them, right? They're a great deal, they're on sale. You see everybody else wearing them. It seems to be the latest trend, so you buy. or you go in a store and it's on a mannequin and you say, oh, this looks easy, I'm going to buy this. But I encourage you to shop intentionally. And what that means is to really think about the pieces that you're investing. Think about how are you going to wear them. I always suggest to clients to, before they buy an item, to think of at least 3 different ways that they can wear this item with pieces they already have in their closet. Oh, sorry, hold on. I created a caption. I have to use these captions. Spent so much time trying to figure out. Here we go. Shop intentionally. Yes, so think about how are you going to wear them? What outfits can you create with what you already have? And I always suggest to even shop your closet first. Go in your closet before you get on a shopping spree. Get into your closet and think about and look and see what is there. Sometimes we end up buying similar things over and over because we don't even remember that we have this piece. The other thing is to shop with a list before you head out or before you get to scrolling online. Make a note of the gaps. Make a note of things that you need, that you're missing, that you'd like to add, so that when you head out to the store, you have a list. You have some direction. You're not going to be swayed by all the bright new shiny objects, even all the things that you may already have and not need, but it's a trending thing, so you're out and so you buy it. Try to have a list and stick with your list. The other thing is, no random shopping sprees. I like to shop like everybody else, probably more than most people. I like to shop, and that's really, I like to see what is new, what's in stores, what people are wearing. I hear some of the questions that customers are having, but it's not necessarily buying, right? Sometimes when we buy these one-off pieces, that is how we end up with a closet with full of stuff, but we can't create outfits from. We don't get as much utility with our outfits and the pieces that we have. So I encourage you to shop intentionally. The next point is to clear out your closet. 2023, new year, as I said, kind of in the opening, people are setting all kinds of new goals. They want to start over fresh, all kinds of resolutions or revelations and all of that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So your closet also is a great place to turn over that new leaf, to start afresh. It allows you to really, when you get in there, take a stock of what is there. I just did a Instagram story when I talked, because I just had a closet edit this morning with a client and really talked about what you're doing when you're in your closet doing a closet edit. So let me cover that first. So when you're in that closet, think about and your pieces. A few questions that I usually like to ask. Do you love it? That's the first thing. Do you love this piece? When you wear it, do you feel fantastic? Does it accentuate your assets? Do you look good in it? Does it fit you now? That's a big one, right? Sometimes the clients will say, it doesn't fit me now, but when I lose these 10 pounds. Now, this client has been trying to lose these same 10 pounds for 5 years, 10 years, or it's baby weight and the baby is now 10. So I just encourage you, if you have a weight loss goal or some type of weight goal, give yourself a deadline, a timeline. I'm going to lose this weight by X date. And then if you haven't lost the weight by that time, and you can't fit the piece by that time, then you take it from your closet. I find that is a much better habit or thing to incorporate, because what ends up happening is you end up having all of these things in your closet, but you can't fit, they can't fit you. And when you go in your closet, even though you have a ton of stuff, your options, even though you have this amount of stuff, your options really whittles down to this, because the other things just don't work. You want to create a closet that everything in there is great for you now. It fits your lifestyle. It fits your body. It fits your vibe. All of that is important. And I love to say that your closet is not a museum. It's not a museum of the lives that you lived in the past. It's not, it's not a storage unit of of gifts that you got from mother-in-law, husband, friends, grandmother, of things that you don't like, right? It's not a museum, it's not a storage closet, you storage locker. You really want that your closet to be your personally curated boutique, right? Made for you, filled with pieces that you love, clothes that fits you well now, so that when you walk into that closet and when you go to choose an outfit or you go to choose and put pieces together, they work. They look good on you. You love them. It makes you feel excited and happy and high vibe. Now, I know every day you get dressed, you don't feel excited and high vibe, but at least if your closet supports you and supports that type of energy and vibe, you have a much higher chance of going through your day like that. And then remember that everything starts and ends in your closet. Your mornings start in your closet. Your day starts in your closet. So when that happens, that sets the tone for your day, your mood. If you're in a closet that doesn't work and you're rushing through trying to put something together and everything you put on, the skirt is too tight, or oh gosh, this doesn't go with this, or I can't find these pants, or this is not right, it puts you in a mood and with an energy that's very harried and rushed and unsettled. Whereas if the closet works for you, if the closet is it has pieces that you can wear and that you love, it's so much easier. You start your day off in a mindset and a frame of mind that's much easier and just happier, right? So that's the second thing. Any comments so far? Any questions from anybody? Before sorry. So remember to drop them in the chat if you do. My next thing to carry into 2023 is to take your personal brand seriously. Sometimes I'll have conversation when I'm talking to corporate clients or even some of my private clients, one-on-one clients, and people say, "Well, I don't really have a personal brand. I'm just an employee. I don't have a business. I'm not selling anything." And that's really, I really want to let you know that we all have a personal brand. Everyone has a personal brand, whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur. It really is who you are. It's really what people know you for. Your brand is the emotion, that feeling that people get when they interact with you. And your style and how you show up really is the packaging of that personal brand. When you have a strong brand, people know who you are, right? You can demand higher pay as a speaker. You can negotiate higher for jobs. You can, because your brand almost precedes you, right? So your brand really is important at that, and your style is how you package it. Remember, your style and how you show up speaks before you even open your mouth, right? And people make decisions about us in a few seconds. Before you start to speak, they already decide, are you likable? Are you confident? Are you competent? And are you trustworthy, right? Four pretty important things just in the first few seconds. So think about your brand. And then, as I said, your style is a key piece of your personal brand. And your image influences your income. I know people won't agree or say that, oh, that's just superficial, but it absolutely does. And in my experience as a corporate leader, I've seen that as well, and many others. The data also supports that. So if you have any questions or comments to that point, please drop it in the chat. Not the chat. Please enter your comments. The next thing I would love for you to carry into 2023 is to wear more color. I know neutrals are easy, and neutrals tend to go with each other: black, gray, beige, white. I encourage you to wear more color. A lot of what we're doing now, whether it's virtual or we're remote or hybrid roles, we're still showing up virtually and wearing color on camera. You show up nice. You show up looking fresh. You show up, like, if wearing the right colors, I should say. You look refreshed. Your skin looks more youthful and bright and dewy. The whites of your eyes show up, the more white. When you're wearing the wrong colors, and not colors really that accentuate your complexion or your skin tone, you can look tired. You can look drawn and like all the color rushes out of your face. So I encourage you to wear color. And the other big point with color is that it changes your mood, right? There's this whole last year we talked a lot about dopamine dressing, wearing colors, so happy colors, and not just colors, but clothing that makes you feel happy was in this term dopamine dressing. But color really does change your mood. Yellow and some of the warm tones tend to be more exciting and high energy, where some of the cool colors tend to be a little bit more calm. So think about wearing color, especially when it's nearer to your face, because it lights up or your face or brightens your face. So think about wearing color. Um, what else? While I'm talking about color, some of the hot colors right now is, of course, went through this whole pink in the fall, bright pink, Barbie core and Barbie pink. Lavender is going to be a color that going to be seeing in spring. The color of the year, the Pantone color of the year is magenta. I forget the full name, but it's like magenta color. So wear colors. The next point. Anybody else? No, I don't see any comments. The next thing I'd like to suggest that we bring into 2023 is to try new things, right? And step outside of your box, the box that you usually kept yourself in because either you didn't think you could wear something, or something didn't look, or somebody told you that you shouldn't wear XYZ. Experiment, try things, try putting different colors together, try a new style, a style that you see others wearing, a style that is trending. Maybe, I'm not saying to invest in a whole bunch of trends, but step outside of your box is really what I'm saying. Step outside of your box and try something different. Whether it's color, whether it's pattern, whether it is, the new jogger style, whether it's wearing a velvet going out at night, whether it's wearing a bustier when you're a little scared of doing that in the past. So think of the things that you would like to wear, and before your brain tells you can't wear it, give it a try, right? It's just clothing, right? You can always take it off, and it can always change. But what it will do for you when you try it, it will give you confidence. Also, another thing to try, how about mixing colors, mixing patterns, where mixing stripes with florals, mixing different types of stripes, mixing different types of florals, right? So just try some new things. The next, where are you? The next thing we're bringing into 2023 is to let your style do the heavy lifting. And what do I mean by that? So your style, and I alluded to this in some of the previous points, your style is your biggest communication tool, right? This is the first thing people see when they see you, when they meet you. It's your style, is how you show up. And this is it's an expression of who you are. It is how you're telling the world who you are. This is how you meet the world, and this is also how the world meets you, right? And so, it's also a message to yourself. It is telling myself that, yes, I'm worthy to spend time to put myself together. I'm worthy to look good. I'm worthy to fix myself up. I am worthy, right? So your style is a big communication tool, and even before you start to speak. So really tap into the power of your style. Be intentional. Use your style. What's next? Here we go. Oh, I don't have another point. Oops, sorry. Yes, so my other point is, oh, was I on? Sorry, I missed something. I was talking about let your style do the heavy lifting. Something else I wanted to bring up with you is I posted something recently, maybe a few days ago, on LinkedIn, just talking about the black female basketball coaches who use their style to help them communicate, right? If you haven't seen that, you can check. I think it's a few posts, a few posts prior to today, and they use their style. They talk about how it is how they communicate. It is how they use their style to help them to feel good, to give them confidence. And something that was also interesting that was in that article is that when they dressed up and showed up well on the sidelines, some of their team looked up to them. They were all like the team were was all excited to see them and to anticipate what is coach going to wear today. And it also encouraged the team to get dressed as well and to wear certain clothes to help them feel good. Right. So it was interesting to see that something that I know and talk about, to see it being modeled by these coaches. What else? And if when you think about your style or anyone's style, I use this also when I'm talking about your style story. Uh, when I made the point that your style speaks before you even have a chance to open your mouth. If you're watching a movie, think about how the characters are dressed and the wardrobe that they're in. There, it's very deliberate. It's very intentional. You can tell a lot about the character in a movie by the clothes they wear. Before they even speak, you can tell what level in society they are. Are they how educated they where they live, and maybe the type of work they do. So you can get an idea of the type of person by how they are dressed. And yes, they're all assumptions. I'm not saying that assumptions are right or that we should, but that's a part of human nature. That's a part of the world we live in, that people make really quick assumptions about us based on how we show up. And it is much easier to make a good first impression than it is to try to change someone's first impression of you. And remember that nonverbal communication is more than 50% of communication, right? And it's so people read so much just from body language, from our clothing, from how we show up before we speak. So I really want to put that point in, to really keep that in mind. And the last point is to invest in you. That's what we're bringing into 2023. Invest in you, and whatever that looks like. Here we're talking about the style edition. I'm talking about spending the time in, investing in who is this next level woman that you want to show up as. Invest in finding out about that. How would she move through the world? What clothes would she wear? What would she be doing? What types of things would she be doing? How is she living? What types of vacations would she take? Right? So invest in that next level woman and visualize that. Um, Invest in shifting your energy, right? And an easy way to shift your energy is to get dressed and to put on clothes that you love, clothes that makes you feel good and changes your vibe, right? It's all about energy. And invest in showing up as the highest version of you. Sometimes I'll hear, "Oh, I can't be bothered. It's just so much easier to just keep my track suit on, or my runners, my leggings, whatever that is." And that may be okay sometimes, but I encourage you to think about your day. Think about what you want to say. That's really what getting dressed is. What do I want to say today? And then clothing, uh, choose your clothing accordingly. Let's see if there's anything in the chat. Great points. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Janice. Anybody have any comments or questions before I run? If you've been following me for a while, it's great to have you. And I just so you know, I have a newsletter that's on my website. It goes out every 2 weeks. It's called the Style Files. So happy to have you join that. I share style tips, inspo, promos from time to time, videos. So, and I'm on most platforms. I'm here on LinkedIn. I'm streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok. So if you are on TikTok, give me a follow over there as well. And on Instagram, I am at Let's Get Dressed Now. Let's Get Dressed Now. So I don't see any more comments or questions. If you think of anything after, send me a DM, send me a message. I'm always happy to chat. Uh, and that's it. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next week.